The virus-plagued Artania cruise ship has departed Western Australia despite the death of another crew member who had tested positive for COVID-19. The 42-year-old man from the Philippines died in a Perth hospital on Thursday, becoming the youngest person to fall victim in Australia. 2 others from the ship passed away last week. West Australian Premier Mark McGowan praised authorities for their handling of the issue. He gave a coronavirus update a short time ago.
Today is quite an important day for Western Australia in terms of our battle to minimise the impact of COVID-19. That's because the cruise ship Artania has just left Fremantle Port. Every West Australian has come to know a lot about this particular cruise ship, and I'm sure every West Australian, like me, is very pleased to see it leave. Before I go into more detail on that, first I'd like to provide an update on the number of COVID-19 cases in Western Australia. Overnight, we recorded only 1 new West Australian case of COVID-19. This is now the second time throughout this pandemic we have recorded just 1 WA case. I'll go into specifics on that 1 case shortly. Firstly, I think this goes to show just how well Western Australia has been handling the coronavirus pandemic. Hard border closures, regional travel bans and severe restrictions have all played an important role, as have the measures West Australians have taken personally, like following the social distancing rules and keeping up with good personal hygiene. Every West Australian has played their part. It is a credit to so many of you, and I thank you all for that. In addition to this 1 WA case, the Department of Health has also reported 2 additional cases from the Artania cruise ship. That brings our state total to 544. However, it's important to note that our total number of active cases has now declined to 149. This is because we recorded another 11 recoveries overnight, bringing the total number of recoveries to 388 across our state, with 45 of them from regional Western Australia. The total number of cases linked to cruise ships is now 221. This includes 53 from the Ruby Princess and 81 from the Artania. The department is working through contact tracing details for the new cases. The cases, 2 males and a female, are aged between 26 and 30 years of age. There are currently 33 confirmed COVID-19 patients in Perth Metropolitan Hospitals. Of those, 6 are in ICU. These numbers also continue to decline. To date, 26,631 West Australians have tested negative for COVID-19. The WA case confirmed today is a male. This person is a Rio Tinto contractor who recently travelled to Bali. As with all cases, contact tracing is underway to ensure all close contacts have been notified and are self-isolating. But I do want to express my disappointment and frustration at this particular case. I don't know the specifics, but I want to say frankly, it's pretty selfish. It was pretty selfish and irresponsible to have travelled to Bali in the circumstances we knew we were facing during the March period. I just find it quite irresponsible, and the people who did that make me angry that they now come home and cause these problems. Like I said earlier, 2 additional cases were recorded overnight. They were related to the Artania. It's important to understand that both of these cases were not on the cruise ship today. One person developed symptoms and was taken off the ship on the 8th of April and has been in hotel quarantine ever since. The other person has been in quarantine in their room on board the ship. He reported mild symptoms on Thursday and was therefore tested. However, at that point, he then provided a history of some very mild symptoms over the last 5 days. Yesterday, he was taken off the ship and remains in hotel quarantine. This person is not a member of the skeleton crew that have been on board the ship throughout the entire process. The process for the Artania to have clean ship ready to depart today has been overseen by the Australian Border Force. WA Health has provided assistance with the Commonwealth's AUSMAT team to ensure the ship is safe and ready to leave. My position on this ship has been clear from the get-go. I wanted to make sure we avoided the Ruby Princess debacle that we saw happen in Sydney. The cruise ship saga has been one of the most difficult issues that we have grappled with in WA. It all started with the Magnifica cruise ship. There was no doubt we were facing a situation that could easily have turned into a major health crisis, one we would have lost control over and could have led to our hospitals being overrun with sick people from cruise ships. It's a credit to everyone involved that we are now in this strong position. We have avoided any major problems. WA's strong stance and cooperation with the Commonwealth Government has got us to this position, and I would like to thank the Commonwealth Government and the Prime Minister once again.